doing per role. Okay, so per role, we'll be having 2 speakers for each role. One person will be doing an introduction to the course within 5 minutes, and one person will share their journey with Blue Sky, in 5 minutes also. So they will just go briefly. I know that they have a lot to say, but these speakers have already limited their timing. So please grab as much as you can so that you can make your decision wisely. And thank you for joining once again. So we'll be starting with the Scrum Masters. Moji, are you ready for us?
Hi, Naomi. Yes, I am.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So while Moji is sharing her screen, in general, everyone, they'll be showing you what the course is about, the average salaries for the courses, different things. So you can use this time to make your choice and decision. And, thank you. Moji?
Yes, I'll be with you in a minute. All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Mojola Iwola, and I'm a certified Scrum Master. And like Naomi said, I'll just do a brief introduction on to what Scrum Mastering is all about. Okay, so what is Scrum? For us to know what Scrum Mastering is, at least we need to know what the main name means, which is Scrum. So it's an agile project management framework, and it helps the team to together effectively develop and deliver high quality products. It provides a flexible and iterative approach to project management. Mainly it's used in software development mainly, but is applicable to every other industries right now who are making use of it because it's the most prominent of all the agile frameworks that we have there. Okay, so if we know what Scrum is, then what then is Scrum Mastering? Is an act of leading and guiding a team through a project using some of the agile framework processes such as Scrum, like we've said, Kanban and other ones. So who then is the person that carries out this act? And that is the Scrum Master, who is a facilitator and a true leader of a Scrum team. And then the responsibility mainly is to ensure that the Scrum process is followed effectively by the team in order to help them to achieve their goal. Okay, so as a Scrum Master, what are some skills? Who can be a Scrum Master? Let's start from that before we look at the skills. Who can be a Scrum Master? So mainly it's believed that the Scrum is mainly for software development, and as a result is IT based. However, like I said, Scrum is a framework of Agile now that is being implemented in most organizations and industries out there. So really, you don't have to be an IT person to be a Scrum Master. Do you have some of these skills that are listed out? If you have them, then you can actually be a Scrum Master. It can be a role that is suited to you. Are you able to facilitate? That's some of the Scrum Master skills. Are you able to facilitate? Are you able to communicate effectively? Do you think you have a leadership skill? Do you have a coaching skill? Are you a problem solver? Do you resolve conflict effectively? Are you able to make your team collaborate very well? Do you have collaboration skills? Are you creative? Do you have team building skills? Are you somebody that is, do you have emotional intelligence? All these are the skills that you can use. Leadership, like we said, coaching skills, problem solving skills, conflict resolution skills, collaboration skills. Creative, are you creative in your work environment? Do you build your team? Are you a team building person? And do you have emotional intelligence? All these are skills, if you have them, that you can think about becoming a Scrum Master, because these are Scrum Master skills. And then also briefly, we'll look at roles, the responsibilities of a Scrum Master. A Scrum Master facilitates. These are just main, not all of them, but these are just some brief ones that we're making mention of, and I've just grouped them into these 6 groups. But definitely under each group, you have the things. You have the breakdown of what it means for you to be able to facilitate. So a Scrum Master facilitates all the Scrum events and other meetings. A Scrum Master learns and share. Okay, so a Scrum Master is able to coach its team, ensuring that the team continuously improves. A Scrum Master is able to give back, regular feedback to the team. They're able to protect the team. When we're looking at the skills earlier on, we looked at being able to build the team, being able to shield the team. You're able to protect your team from external influences. You're able to reward your team when you appreciate them, when they do things well, you appreciate them, you support them, you keep encouraging them. You're able to reflect as a Scrum Master, help your team to be able to focus on what needs to be done, be productive, reflect on the way they've worked in order for them to continue to improve better. And you're able also to encourage your team. You have one-to-one meeting with them, support them, encourage them. We'll talk about empathy, intelligence earlier on. So these are just some of the Scrum Master skills, responsibilities, and not all of them. Also, we want to look at the projects where you can work, industries where you can work, organizations where you can work in as a Scrum Master. Like I said earlier on, Scrum Mastering or you being a Scrum Master is not actually limited to just IT-based roles. So you have Scrums now being used in healthcare industry, banking industry, the government using it, financial industry using it, insurance industry, marketing, retail, automobile, construction companies are also using it, defense. So you're able to be a Scrum Master and work in any of these industries. It's not just limited, like I said earlier on, to one specific industry. It's used across a wide range of industries right now. So you can be a Scrum Master in any of these industries and work there. Okay, so we want to briefly look at the salary scale. So this is just a sample of Scrum Master salary scale from a website called salaryexpert.com. And as at the time of taking this screenshot, this was updated today, the 1st of June. Okay, so you can see that the average base salary for a Scrum Master per year is in the UK really is 59,170. The entry you can see is 42,732 per annum, and then the average, like I said, is 59,078 pounds, and then the senior Scrum Master gets a 72,662. So for entry level, you're looking at a Scrum Master with 1 to 3 years experience, the entry level Scrum Master. For the average level Scrum Master, you're looking at one with 4 to 7 years experience. And then for a senior level Scrum Master, you're looking with one with 8+ years experience. So please note that this is not a fixed standard salary scale across companies in the UK. This is just a sample that was done by this website from employers and anonymous employees. And that is what they use to base the salary scale that you have here. What are your expectations as a Scrum Master? What is expected of you? It is expected of you, if you want to be a Scrum Master, that you will train to be a Scrum Master. Okay, you're expected to participate in Scrum Master training, which is one of the courses among others that we offer at Blue Sky Citadel. Also, you will be expected to be certified as a Scrum Master, as most organizations now are making this a requirement in their job advert. It's not a must that you have to do it before you get a job, but it will be a good thing for you to have, once you finish your training, it will be good for you to have it, but it doesn't delay you or to stop you from getting a job, believe me, but it's good to have because it puts you at an advantage over others out there. And then the next thing you do is you look for a job. You actively apply for a job. You create your CV, you sell, let it sell you. You apply for jobs on job websites or companies' websites that are out there. You build an online presence, networking on sites like LinkedIn, social medias, blogs and videos as such, and then you develop your interview techniques. You research into interview questions, prepare yourself and practice for your delivery. And then the next thing you do is you personally develop yourself. So it's a continuous process. You don't stop. Even when you get the job, you don't stop. You keep on developing yourself. You keep on getting better. You keep on learning, researching, and getting better, because it's a job that your responsibility changes. Nothing is static. Things changes out there. Nothing is static. So the more things are changing, the only thing that is constant is change. And for you to continue to become an achiever, you have to keep on developing and growing and developing yourself. So I wish you all the best in your endeavors and your career path. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Moji. Thank you. So you can see already that, one of the major roles, I'm a Scrum Master, so probably I'll just be speaking because I'm a Scrum Master, right? So one of the major roles in Blue Sky that you have, the wealth of knowledge you need, you can stand anywhere in any industry, is a Scrum Master role. You can stand anywhere in any industry, you can, be your best. You'll be an excellent Scrum Master if you pass through Blue Sky and also develop yourself. So that's why, that's, explaining very well that it's a continuous development. So you see that you're in the right place to be a Scrum Master. So a Scrum Master will come and also tell us about her journey with Blue Sky. Eyitemi, are you ready for us? Eyitemi, you need to unmute.
Yeah, if you can raise your hand, I can unmute you actually, so yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is Eyitemi Olawomi. Thank you very much. As she rightly mentioned, I'm a Scrum Master. So I will just briefly talk about my journey on Blue Sky Citadel, and I would try not to get into so much details because, like she said, she's only giving us 5 minutes to speak. So to start off, I must say, I want to say thank you again to Mr. Deji. I really love to be associated with the platform. I started on this platform as a test analyst, and I came on wanting to know about, automation. But along the journey, and the good thing about Blue Sky Citadel is you get involved with different skills. So you're working with test analysts, you're working with business analysts, you're making use of different tools. But one thing I'm going to mention is there is no shortcut to you being the best at what you want to be. You need to come onto the platform knowing what you want, which Olaomi stated at the very beginning. Number two, you need to be hungry for it. I was hungry. I was extremely hungry, and I connected to everyone on the platform. The beauty about Blue Sky Citadel is everyone who is going through Blue Sky Citadel that are also present on Blue Sky Citadel are willing to help you. They've got a very fantastic network. Anytime, any day you need any help, all you have to do is just to maybe send a text or you're making a call through. I can't begin to call names. Tolu, Moji, Olaomi, so many, Vivian, Moji, Fumi, Wealth. There are so many, honestly. And it was fantastic. Another thing about my journey on Blue Sky Citadel is I was exposed to so many tools. So I wasn't only restricted to what I had to do, I was also exposed to different tools that the business analysts were using, the test analysts. And that's the beauty about it, because if you're a Scrum Master and you're also taking note of what other skills are getting to do, please, I advise, put your best into it. Pay attention. Don't limit yourself to just your role, Scrum Mastery. If a business analyst within your group is not pulling his or her weight, get in there and get the job done. Because guess what? You will need all the skills. And Blue Sky Citadel gave that to me from beginning to end. Today, I'm a Scrum Master, and all the tools, even the tools that business analysts are using, test analysts, trust me, I'm making use of it every single day. So it is a fantastic, as a Scrum Master, I think I'll rewind just a little bit. Olaomi did say there's nothing as good as you knowing exactly what you want. Because once you know that and you're able to tap into that, you are able to express yourself. You are able to, as a Scrum Master, I noticed that, okay, I loved, bringing people together. I loved collaboration. I loved facilitating. I loved resolving problems. I loved associating myself with people and knowing how they are and making sure that things go well at every point in time. And my team at the time were all fantastic. It was called the Bull Team, and I'm so proud of the Bull Team. And, it went smoothly. So please, I would advise getting on this platform, you have to be hungry. You put everything aside. Don't limit your skills to Scrum Mastery. Also observe at what other skills are doing. And trust me, whatever it is you put in is exactly what you will get out of it. If you put in 100%, you would get 150. So I hope I haven't taken much of your time. And I just want to say thank you again to Blue Sky Citadel. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eyitemi. And honestly, Eyitemi was not lying when she said she was hungry. Like, she wanted to eat all of us, honestly. She was there 110%, or even so much more. And, she's better for it today. I can brag that she has a fantastic job as a Scrum Master. And, I think that's the aim for everybody, for us to be happy in our career. So we'll move straight into the product owner role. For anyone interested to be a product owner. Tolu, are you ready for us? I can never stop making the joke about Tolu. Tolu, raise your hand so that you can unmute you. I can never stop making the joke about Tolu while she's trying to share a screen. So when I met Tolu, I told her that I'm going to take a straw to suck her out. After a while, I took a hose and sucked all her blood. And after that, I now bought oranges and opened the oranges, removed all the chaff inside. And Tolu has nothing left in her because I finished draining her. Tolu was a very fantastic coach. So you'll be hearing from her, how to be a PO if you want to be a PO, and how well you can excel in that role. So Tolu, 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Wumi. Good evening, everyone. And Wumi, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, all right, cool. Good evening, everyone. And thanks for having me here today. So my name is Tolu Lokwe-Yesufu, a certified Save 5 Scrum Master, certified product owner, and certified business analyst. So I'm just going to run through very quickly the role of a product owner, the skills, some of the key skills required to be a product owner, and some of the responsibilities of a product owner. So who is a product owner? So you would find that a product owner is part of the Agile team, part of the Scrum team, and they are mainly part of their responsibilities is to help prioritize work that needs to be done and oversee the work that the development teams are working on. So whatever the development team, the developers needs to work on, the product owner prioritizes that work to ensure that they're meeting the expectations of the users and the business, make sure that they're delivering value by making sure that the work that is being done is work that has been prioritized. The product owner does that with the team. What are some of the key product owner skills? So you can be a product owner if you've got great analytical skills, which is, the ability for you to collect and analyze information, solve complex problems rationally, and make decisions on time for enhanced productivity. And I would stress on that enhanced productivity, because at the end of the day, why are we developing? Why are we building solutions and softwares and systems? It's to ensure that, we're building value, we're delivering value to the business and to the users, working software. Communication skills, it's key. It's very key, not just for the product owner's role, but also for all the roles. But key for the product owner, because as a product owner, you will not only be working with the team, you would also be working with the business, very closely with the business. You will be working very closely with stakeholders as well. You're going to be like the link between the development team and the business. So you're like that bridge, like that link, that links them up. So you need to have great communication skills, great collaboration skills as well, great decision-making skills, risk management skills, critical thinking, and project management skills. Now, when I say project management skills again, for those on the call that probably you've thought about, oh, I want to be a project manager, you would find that a lot of people that are going into product owner roles, coming from a waterfall environment, ways of working, they will usually go and, they sort of like delve more into the product owner's role kind of thing. So a project manager, just think of your project manager within a waterfall environment, and think of that role as the role of your product owner within an agile space. Now, some of the responsibilities. So you have your product owner right there. So your product owner, you would see right in the middle here, does not only work with the team, but also work with the users and the stakeholders, the customers. Some people call them the customers or the clients or the users. So the product owner helps to get feedback and then communicates that feedback to the team as well. And they are able to take that feedback on and inspect and adapt as they go along, as they build, as they develop. So like I said again, they're kind of like the connection between the customer and the development team, between the business and the development team. Again, your product owner would usually own or contribute to the vision and the roadmap. The roadmap being, what's the plan? Where are we coming from? Where are we going to? What's our plan looking like for the next couple of months, for the next couple of iterations that we're working on? What does that roadmap look like? What does the timeline look like? And what do we want to achieve within that timeline? So the product owner owns that roadmap, creates that roadmap, shares the roadmap, communicates what's on the roadmap to the team, as well as ensuring that it aligns with the vision of the business and the users as well. I've got on the slide here as well a few more responsibilities of your product owner. So when you have the team, when the team is being put together, you have your product owner. That is the one person that gets and needs to understand what is the vision of the project. What is the vision of what we want to do? Why do we want to do it? Exactly. So they ask questions like, what are we doing? What are we building? Why are we building it? Who are we building these things for? They need to understand, have that understanding, the vision that the business has, for them to be able to communicate that vision to the developers as well. So they develop and communicate the product goal, they maximize the product value, they represent the stakeholders. So like I said again, they are the main link. So they have very close relationship with the business. They have very close relationship with the stakeholders. They're like the mouthpiece of the business to the development team. Again, we have something we call the backlog, which you have on your different software tools like your Jira, project management tools, your Jira, your Azure DevOps, tools like that. So the product owner is also responsible for prioritizing that backlog. And what you have in the backlog is work that needs to be done by the team. Now, you can look at your backlog as your garage. So you've got lots of cars in your garage. But then what the product owner then does is, rather than the team now taking in work to say, okay, this is what we're working on, this is what we're working on next sprint, the product owner prioritizes that work in the backlog for the team, ensuring that what has been prioritized is what would deliver value at the end of the sprint. Empowering the team, defining the product vision. I've spoken about the product vision just now. Work with stakeholders to create a vision of the product. So they need to have that understanding. Product owners also orders the backlog and create a product roadmap and collaborate with the team and stakeholders to create a product roadmap. So when they create the product roadmap, they don't only communicate or share it with the team, they also make sure that they share it with the business as well, to make sure that at least everyone is aligned on what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done. But at the end of the day, as a product owner, you would find that different organizations have different names that they call the product owner. But the product owner title is a very common one. You would hear most people call them product owner because that's what they want, but that's what they have. So as the product owner, you sleep, you eat, you drink that product. You need to understand and know that product back to back. You need to have like a creative mind. You need to be someone that, you're a visionary. You're seeing what they want and you're hungry to help them achieve. You're an achiever. You're somebody who wants to, you see something and you feel like this thing needs to, you're a goal person, like you want to do this thing needs to be successful. We want to do this. The business wants to do this. We want our users to be happy. That is you as a product owner. Now, in terms of salary and, so we've got in the UK, product owner salary in the UK, you've got from £55,000 pounds. You've got an average product owner salary in the UK, £61,000. Again, at the end of the day, some of these would sometimes depend on experience that you have. But at the end of the day, you would usually find this is the salary range that you would get out there for your product owner role. And honestly, I would say that as a product owner, having worked as a product owner, it's a very exciting role. It's a very, very exciting role because then you're working closely with the business, you're working closely with users, the clients, the customers that are going to be using this product. You're communicating with them. You're starting to understand what they want, what is working for them. Why is this thing not working? How can we make it better? So you're that sort of person that wants to make things work for people. You want to make things better and work well for people. That is you as a product owner, and it's such an exciting journey, I would say, to be honest. I've experienced this. I've worked as a product owner, so I can confidently say to you that it is a very exciting role. You get to meet lots of people. You get to work with lots of people, not just your team members, but those at the top up there. You get to work with them as well. You get to start to understand their ways of thinking, their ways of working, and you learn from them as well. So you're not just learning from your team members, you're also learning from the guys at the top up there. And I think it's such an exciting role. So if you decide to be a product owner, trust me, it's one that I would say, yeah, thumbs up, great role to be in, to be honest. And I think that is me. I had to go through very quickly because Wumi was timing me.
In fact, over timing you. Thank you so much for that. That was spot on. Do you want to also tell us just briefly about your journey in Blue Sky? 4 minutes, because you've chopped off part of your time. So 4 minutes for you.
Oh, okay. All right. No, that's fine. No problem. So yeah, I joined Blue Sky a couple of years ago. And to be honest, I actually wanted to train as a project manager. And, you know, I joined Blue Sky and, you know, I heard about the Scrum Master role. And I went for it because I realized that that is one role that I think suits me well. I went for it. And one thing I noticed with Blue Sky is that the way you get encouraged, the way you get pushed, the way you get motivated, it's like they want the best out of you and they would make you, you know, once they see there's a potential in you, Tolu, and they see that you can actually do this, and you sort of like don't believe in yourself, the business, the company believes in you and they drive and strive and push you to achieve the best that you can be. And to be honest, I went on from training and working as a Scrum Master. I went on to being a business analyst, even on the platform, even in Blue Sky, went on to work and get certified as a product owner. And I never thought that I would be in a position where I would actually be able to work within these 3 roles. I just wanted to be a project manager. And then I started off with Scrum. It's an amazing place. The level of support, honestly, and it's not because I've been a part of this platform, but the level of support is it's just amazing. It's top notch, I would say that. And I'm a testimony, you know, I'm a testimony of this platform. And I will always be here to, you know, encourage and support everyone that wants to be a part of this journey. Honestly, I think that just says it all. Thank you, Wumi. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. And in fact, I'm not the only testimony. We have plenty testimonies around. Thank you so much for your time. Next is Bolu. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Please, could you help me share the slides? Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Boluwatife Odikomaya, and I am a business analyst. Yeah. So tonight I'll just be taking you through the role of a business analyst, who is a business analyst, and what does business analysis entail. So in a nutshell, I got some random definitions for you and I'll be explaining. So a business analyst is a person who processes, interprets, and document business processes, products, services, and software through analysis of data. So basically, in layman terms, a business analyst is somebody that is a bridge between the business and the development team. So in a situation whereby you have a product owner, you'll be communicating with the product owner because the product owner communicates directly with the business, and then you interpret the requirement that the product owner has given to you to the development team so that everyone is on the same page and then they understand and achieve the goal of the business. So you are like the change manager. You are also like the middleman in between the product owner, the business, because the product owner works really closely with the business, and whatever you write, that's what the product owner then prioritize in the backlog, because the product owner is in charge of the backlog. But in a situation whereby you don't have a product owner, then you are the guy in between the business and the development team. So you are the middle person in between the business. So you see the vision of the business. You want to understand what the business does, what the business wants, what the goal of the business is, and you want to ensure that you help them achieve that goal at the end of the day. Next slide, please. Yes, so anyone can train to become a business analyst. It's such an interesting role. However, what I've done is I've highlighted some things that can help you streamline and help you think fast and say, oh, okay, if I have this, I think I can fit perfectly into this role. And yeah, some of them are, do you enjoy writing? Because as a business analyst, you're going to write a lot. Like I said, like I explained, you are the person that interpret the requirements. So you are writing user stories and acceptance criteria so that the development team can understand what the business wants. Because it's like, this is how it is. It's like you're getting raw material and then you are refining it so that the final product can be developed. So, and also, do you enjoy solving problem? Are you somebody that you can't leave problem alone? You just want to solve the problem. Yes, so this role is for you. Also, do you love communicating in clear terms? You don't like ambiguity. You ensure that everybody understands in simple terms, in layman terms, you can communicate. This is for you. Can you negotiate your way out of issues? Because as business analysts, our work is we do a lot of work around, we do a lot of negotiation. We want to ensure that we are giving the business exactly what they want, and then we can negotiate some things. For instance, if there is a deadline and we have to deliver and the deadline is not shifting, what do we do? Even though there are still some bugs that are raised or they are underlining, what do we do then? So we actually, you have to know how to negotiate your way out of it. And you love processes and processing things, then this role is for you. Then also, you have to be creative and innovative. So like I said, this is one role whereby you have to find ways around things. You have to walk around a lot around things. So you are not afraid. You enjoy research. You enjoy carrying out research. You have to research about a lot of things. You have to read about a lot of things. Then this role is also for you. The next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, and the rest. Let me just put everything up. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. If you also enjoy investigating the root cause of a problem, you're not afraid of change, and so many other things that come along with this. Yeah. And then so what is the average salary of a business analyst? Based on today, the average salary is this figure that you are seeing, and based on experience. So the number of experience, the minimum is the 26K, while the maximum, I mean, you can go as far as much as you want because of your experience, your years of experience as you gain experience along the way. So yes, that's it. I hope it's a really good role. It's an exciting role. Yeah, it can be very dicey, but it's something that you will enjoy if you put your heart to it. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was fantastic. Thank you so much, Bolu. So Bolu is the BA of the BAs. I don't know how to explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. So Bolu, if you need any help of any kind, anything that relates to analyzing anything, Bolu is there for you. If you like, come from anywhere in the world, Bolu is there to help you with getting upgraded to be a certified business analyst, and an excellent one at that. So thank you so much, Bolu, for your time. We'll also be calling the next person, Okay. She's also an experienced BA, so she'll just be sharing her own journey with us in Blue Sky. Okay, raise your hand so you can be unmuted.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, okay. I hope it's not noisy. I'm actually outside. Good evening, everyone. My name is Okay. I'm a BA, as Olaomi has introduced me. I'll just be sharing briefly my experience at Blue Sky. So before joining Blue Sky, I had kind of joined other programs, like in the hopes of becoming a business analyst in the end. And the short version of the story is that it didn't end well. A whole number of reasons, including like not getting full information upfront about what the program would entail and all sorts. But the most important thing for me really was the lack of respect that I had experienced in a number of places. And for me, that was a deal breaker. Joining Blue Sky, I mean, there was this, you get this sense of respect. You feel like you are appreciated, respected, like, yeah, you come in without knowing anything, without knowing your left from your right, but you're respected as an individual, as a human being, and that for me was a very, very big deal. And so I came and joined. And when I started, I was asking myself, like, I don't even think I know what I got myself into, because the days and nights just quickly blurred. As in, it was so hard to tell apart day from night because it was really intense. But one thing that I know is you get as much as you put in the internship, in the whole program, and there are people there to support you. So personally, I had that support, and there was nobody that was ever too tired or too busy, to answer you. You would know fully well that these people, like your mentors, they're busy people, but they would always make out the time. And for me, what really stood out is the fact that people will spend their hours, hours on end with you, impacting, passing on knowledge and experience. And I just found that really invaluable. When I joined, I think we were about 4 BAs in the team, that in the project I was assigned to, and I mean, most of the work, to be honest, kind of like fell on me. At the point, at that time, I was just focused on delivering, but in hindsight, I can see that even though it was hard then, it paid off, because I quickly, embraced that sense of responsibility, which as a business analyst, you need. You would also need skills, to take that initiative, and drive meetings, facilitate meetings, you want to get the right people together. I mean, you have the opportunity here to build all those skills and develop them. And another thing is, we were always encouraged to speak up. So, the meeting, we used to have meetings on Sundays, yeah, where we'd present, the work that we would do. And it was common practice then, like, for everyone to take turns in speaking. So if you didn't speak last week, you probably get an opportunity this week. And that was kind of, for me, the learning, like the learning ground, really, to kind of reinforce everything that you have learned, to put into practice. And for people that wouldn't want to speak up, it was a really good opportunity to kind of push them out of their comfort zone, because guess what? In this IT space, and in the space that we are trying to build careers in, you would need to speak up. You will need to speak up. If you don't speak up, somebody will take credit for your work. So yeah, it was a really good opportunity, to kind of get those skills embedded and just, put into practice what we have learned. I found the sessions really helpful, and the projects, in fact, they were simulated like, the real thing, in terms of like, trying to contact your product owner. Sometimes you might not, find them easily accessible or available. And I remember that you used to say then, like, take it as a challenge because this is what you might find out there, you know. And every time that we had like issues, he would say that is a good thing. Conflict is actually a good thing because it gives you the opportunity, you know, to work your way through. And guess what? If you had to ever talk about conflict in an interview, you would have a real life experience. So all these little things, I mean, they sound like small things, but they were the foundation for me, so that when I had my interview, when I got to the final stage of the interview for the job I'm currently working in, it didn't feel like an interview. In fact, they asked me like, so if you were representing this business, you know, because it's a consultancy. So if we're representing this business, you know, to clients, and then you went to start a client project from scratch, how would you get things up and running from 0 to 100? And I remember that day, all I thought about was everything that I had done in Blue Sky, all the experience that I had, you know, gotten in my time at Blue Sky. I just worked my way down from the start, you know, like, so what would you do as a business analyst? Like, you want to introduce yourself, like, to, first of all, you want to understand what the ask is, and then you get there, you want to introduce yourself to the people that matter, like the people that you'll be working with. You also call them, you know, stakeholders, or the people that you'll be working for. And then you want to get on with, you know, elicitation and all that, and documenting it and all the artifacts. And then I talked about the meetings. So I'm just giving you everything in a nutshell, right? But what I'm saying is, I did not have to look any further. I just relied wholly on the experience I had gotten from Blue Sky. So if you leave this meeting with anything from what I've said, please remember that any experience you gain from here is useful. It is useful. It's all important. It might seem like a tiny thing, but if you sit back and document it, you see that you have gained useful experience. So I personally found it helpful. And since joining, Blue Sky Study has also still been there as a source of, you know, like encouragement, and even like a sounding board, as well as you know, like making available a pool of resource, you know, for you. So you can always go back and ask people, BAs like you, or people in whatever field you have chosen to be in. So I think I will stop there so I don't overshoot my time. But yes, joining Blue Sky was really challenging, but I mean, in terms of the internship itself as a program, it's really intense, you know, but I bet you it is one of the most rewarding things you would ever do, you know, because when you go out there and see that you've got the foundation right, you've got the basis for anything else that you would need, it's really reassuring. I know people ask me like, oh, so how are you able to, so how is it, can you compare, you know, working as a BA out there to working in as an intern, you know, in Blue Sky Citadel? What I told people, and what I still tell people is, you go out there and find out that you have everything you need. Yes, you will not know everything, but you have the basics. So you've got the foundation sorted. And as we all know, once you have the foundation right, everything else is an add-on. So it's just to encourage everyone here today that, you know, like, whatever it is you are learning, hold on to it. Whatever it is you hear from here, hold on to it, because it will form the foundation of your career. I will now stop at that, and I hope sharing with you has encouraged you and has been useful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, that was spot on. Now, you know, sometimes when people talk is when you now know the genesis of why they do some of the things they do. So, okay, was talking about people being ready for her, you know, ready to help her when she needs help and all that. Okay, he's one of the people that if I call on emergency, that maybe I have a BA emergency, okay, he's always ready to help. She's always willing, in fact, with no stress, you know, to help out. So now I'm understanding why she helps us easily, because there's a way Blue Sky enters into you that once you have passed through Blue Sky, you will always want to help people in their journey, because, you know, it has turned to a community, you know, a general community, you know, of people practicing Agile and Scrum. So, okay, thank you so much for that. We'll be going straight into the QA, which is BC. I'm really sorry for the background noise. BC.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. Sorry, this is slideshare. Hi, good evening, everyone. Can everyone see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can, Bisi.
Yes, please. Go
All
ahead.
right, thank you. Thank you. My name is Oyebisi Oyekon. I am a quality assurance tester and I am ISTQB certified. So I'm here tonight to tell you about software testing. Okay, I've just got this short slide here to share with you. So I'm going to start by with the definition of a software. So from what I got here on my screen, a software is a collection of computer programs that help us to perform a task. For example, if you have a mobile phone without an application, you cannot perform tasks on it. I'm going to be using examples in my presentation anyway. So for example, you have a mobile phone, you didn't have like Gmail on it, and definitely you can't send email, or you don't have any email application. You won't be able to send an email on that phone. Likewise, when you have you didn't download WhatsApp and you want to send WhatsApp messages to your friends, you will need to download the WhatsApp. So without that software, you won't be able to use that feature of WhatsApp. So that's what a software is in a simple layman's term. So now I'm just going to tell you briefly who a software tester is. A software tester is a professional who tests the functionality and usability of a new or existing software before it goes live to ensure it is bug-free. Okay, so again, I'm going to use an example. As a software tester, they call us quality assurance tester, manual tester, different names that is out there for quality assurance. What we do is we test to break. What I mean by that is, let's look for an example now. We all use the cash machine, the ATM machine. What we are expecting the ATM machine to do is, whenever we go in there, we slot in our card, we type in the amount we want, we enter our PIN, and then type in the amount we want. What we expect is for the money, exact money that we requested for, to come out. So what will happen when you now go to a cash machine, you enter 20 pounds, type in 20 pounds, and then you suddenly hear coins coming out. Obviously, you know that there's something wrong because you are not expecting coins to be dispensed from a software machine. That is where the software tester, that is where we come in. After the developer has developed the software, the codes, then it is now passed down to us as a tester to now check that, okay, that the software is actually performing what is expected to do. So going back to the example I made earlier on, the ATM machine, you expect it to like give you notes, and then you requested for some money, and then it's giving you coins. That means there's a deviation from the expected, from what is expected to what actually happened. So that is what we do as a software tester. As a software tester, we are also limited by our imagination. You just have to do not destroy things, to just like check. We just keep checking to ensure that we want to what do we do? As a quality assurance tester, we are primarily responsible for checking new software products, clearing them for defects or issues. So another thing we do is quality assurance tests run various software to ensure it meets standard and guideline before it can be marketed to customers. Let's use another example, like London now, London Transport, we have the Oyster card that we use. Let's assume that you have an Oyster card and you go to a shop and then you top up your Oyster card with 20 pounds. And you know you're just going from zone 2 to zone 3. It should charge you 2 pounds. And then you touched in, and then you touched out and you notice that the money they've taken out of your Oyster card is like the whole of the 20 pounds, then you know that there's something wrong. That shouldn't be. So before that Oyster card application or software is rolled out, the testers must have tested it to say, okay, we can certify that this application will meet the standard that is expected of it. Not, you can imagine like rolling it out and then it is doing that. Everyone is topping up with 20 pounds and then it's taking the whole of 20 pounds for a trip that is supposed to be £2. Then there will be chaos. There will be a lot of people, things going on. I don't expect this, da. So that is where we come in to test to ensure that the software meets the standard. So also quality assurance tests, run tests on new software products. We identify the problems and run debugging program to fix the issues. So when we notice that a software is not performing as it is, we then try to actually find out where the issue is. So once we find out where the issue is, then we can work with the software developer to correct the problem and then do all the upgrades, every other thing that goes on at the back. So I'm just going to talk about the skills that you require as a software tester. One thing is you have to have sharp eye for details. As a QA tester, you have to have eye for details. That's just what I can say. Because you can't be someone that doesn't have eye for details. That means some things will be slipping out of your hand. And we don't want that. Because if you keep allowing things to slip out like that, and then it goes into production, it goes live, and then it's when customers start using it, then they start making complaints about it. That doesn't look good. So as a software tester, you have to have that eye for details, and then you need to have a great communication skills, because you'll be liaising with stakeholders, with the Scrum teams, and other people like that. So you need to be able to express yourself. Another skill is you need to be able to focus on the quality. And also you need to be able to think and you can't just, because there's a saying that if you stop learning, you start dying, or you start growing. So as a QA, you need to start learning, because there are different softwares out there that you need to learn. Sometimes maybe you're doing your codes in C# and then you join another organization that they are using Java, although some of those programming language, they are similar, but you still need to keep up. You need to keep up. You can't just say, okay, because I've learned C#, I'm not going to learn different things. And then most of the testing tools that we use, you might go to another organization and they are using a different tool. For example, maybe I'm working somewhere now, I'm using Azure, and I left that place and I went to another place and we start using Jira. So I have to be learning, because that's a new thing. They are similar, but there are some things that are different there. So you have to keep learning. Another thing is that to be a good team player as a QA. And as a QA, you also require some technical skills, because as a software tester, you can be a manual tester and then you'll be doing some automation testing as well. So you need that technical skills. So when you're working as a QA, these are the people that you'll be working with. Like Tolu has been here, she's the product owner. So we have a Scrum Master, which is like Moji. We have developers. We have the business analyst. That was Bolu that spoke earlier on. And then the tester. This is where we come in as a tester in the team as well. So the salary expectation of a quality assurance analyst is 33,774 average in UK, and also it depends on the type of the organization you are working with. So, and then also it depends on your area as well. So this is just something I just Googled and then found out on Glassdoor as well. So thank you. I don't know if I've been able to.
Thank you so much. Thank you, BC.
You're welcome.
BC is one of the people that they can test anything testable. BC, please don't stop sharing. Please stay on this page you are on. Just stay on this page. I also like to call on our second BC because the two BCs, just don't give them anything to test. They will find all the bugs in this world. So BC, you can just in 2 minutes also add more light to what a QA does too. Quickly, BC. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you, Olawumi. Yeah, my name is Adebisi, and just to buttress what Oyebisi has said concerning if you want to be a software tester. Actually, I would say a software tester role is a very, very unique role, and there are some things you just have to know and understand very well. In software testing, in development, there's what we call software development lifecycle, which in Blue Sky Citadel, you're going to learn about it. That means you need to understand different phases of STDL, including requirements. As a tester, you need to know how requirement has been gathered, designed, developed, and then also testing, then deployment, and how to maintain it, because you need to be doing there's what we call end-to-end testing, which is very, very paramount as a tester that you need to know. Also, in Blue Sky Citadel, you get familiarized with what we call testing techniques. So when you get that is, and the techniques involve you, and they have something like how to test from what we have what we call black box testing, white box testing, integration testing, different forms of testing that you will need to learn as well. And also we have what we call test planning and documentation. You will learn how to create a test plan, test cases, test scripts, and you need to understand the importance of this test documentation for tracking and reporting defects. And also we have what we call text execution and defect tracking as well, which ABS already said, you have different tools you can do that. You can do that on Jira and also on Azure DevOps, which is very, very good, and also on Excel. Because if you have all these experiences and you prepared your mind towards the steps and all what you need to know, it makes things easier for you out there. Even during interview, you can talk more about it. Then also in Blue Sky Citadel, there's what we call test automation. Apart from you learning manual, you can advance your manual skill into getting into automation, and which will write your automated test scripts, and also how to integrate them into the test processes that you'll be assigned a project to work on. And so many experiences that you will learn from this experiences. And also there's what we call functional and non-functional testing, in which you test your testing on functional testing and also non-functional testing, where you have knowledge of how to use performance testing also to run your test to assure quality of a test. And also, and most importantly, as a quality assurance process, you need to understand the process and methodologies, as in how we work in a agile environment. Because when you get out there, you need to be most components now work in agile. They use agile methodology to do their work. So you will need to be able to learn when a tester should come in, because if you don't know how to do it, or if you don't have the knowledge, you can't just go into an organization and you start doing things on your own. So from Blue Sky Citadel, you'll be able to learn how, when a tester should come in, what testers would do. So with that, you'll be able to gain more knowledge. And also as a tester, you need a good communication and collaboration skills, because you need to be talking with a developer. And out there, I can bet you it's not all, because as a tester, a developer has developed a functionality, and you are telling a developer what you have done is not good. You challenging what somebody else has done. It is like you are antagonizing someone, and it won't augur well if you've done something and somebody tell you what you are doing is not good. But that is our work as a tester. That is what we are meant to do, and we just have to. So in Blue Sky Citadel, so you will learn how to talk to a developer, how you can collaborate effectively with a developer to get things sorted out. Because when you are there, that is one of the interview questions they always ask tester, that how do you relate to a developer, because they know testers and developers are mouse and cats. So they would always want to hear about your view on that. With Blue Sky Citadel, you will know what to say, and because you always interact with developers anyway. And also to buttress everything, continuous learning, because versions changes on technologies and everything changes. Just stay abreast of every technologies you are working on, and see you all at the top. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adebisi. Thank you, Adebisi. That was fantastic. Thank you, Oyebisi. Like I said, the two BCs, just don't be a developer near them. They will find something always. They're very interesting set of people. And for me, the way I see QAs, they're like the dons. And let me break your heart. I'm not chasing you from QA, but if you come to QA as Blue Sky Citadel, you will learn, you'll be tired, you will not sleep. In fact, you will start. In fact, there's something I used to say, they're always with their systems, always trying to find something. I don't even know what is missing. They're always looking for something. But QA is a very interesting role, actually, just on a lighter note. So we'll be calling on one of the QAs to give their testimony. Chika, 5 minutes, please, to give her testimony and her journey through Blue Sky.
Okay.
5 minutes, Chika.
I will try. So hello guys, my name is Chika. I'm here to share with you guys my journey of becoming an automation test engineer. As BC said, we mean the QA, you can call us QA testers, you can call us automation testers, you can call us software. So we are known for different titles. But then in my current role, my title is automation test engineer. So I will try my best to stick to the 5 minutes. And this is to tell you that if I could do this, that coming from, because I came from a non-IT background, then I'm sure that each and every one of you that are interested in QA can also do it as well. So all you need to do is just to put your best time and energy. As they say, what you put in is actually what you get out. So I came from a family that believed so much in health. Everyone around me was in a health sector, either working for an agency or working in the NHS. So I grew up seeing all of that, and my early career was also in the health sector. Went to uni, studied health-related course, then got a job in the health sector. You can see the triangle, right? And I'm sure you guys will be wondering, so why did I decide to switch? So at some point in my time, in my life, I had someone who was also in the same health sector as me. So the person came to Blue Sky and they did a software testing course, and then they got a job after that. He was telling me all the amazing things about Blue Sky, the role itself, how I can get a job, and how I can get a job and actually work from home, and not working all day. And then he was telling me all the good things about it, and the fact that I will not work all the long hours that I'm used to working, the nights and the weekends, etc. So, and then create more time for my family and so on. So he advised me to come and do the course, and so I decided to just take it up. But it was very challenging at the time because first of all, I didn't know if I could do it, because I had a baby then. It was, trust me, like when you're trying to, even if you're not studying, but having children alone, it can be quite challenging. So he encouraged me, and everyone around me encouraged me. So I carried on with the course, came to Blue Sky, joined Blue Sky, started learning, take up the software testing course, started learning both the theoretical knowledge and the practical aspect of it. So in Blue Sky here, they also like sort of focus on the practical aspect of things as well, which is fairly, I can emphasize on it, which is highly valuable in the field of QA engineering. So I gained real life experience, which allowed me to apply those knowledge that I got here in my new role when I got my role. So whilst at Blue Sky, I developed my technical skills. As a QA engineer, you would need to have solid technical skill set, as like my colleagues have also mentioned. One of the skills that you need to have as a QA, you need to have solid technical skill set. And that's what Blue Sky gave me, and even more. I can tell you, I'm not trying to scare you, but like Olawumi did say, oh my goodness, you would be on your laptop consistently. And I can't tell you how, even our boss stages, sometimes he will be on the call with us, trying to learn one or two things. I will be on the call until like 1 a.m. That is how, if you're like my colleague Aitem, that you must be hungry. If you're really hungry, then you will not be scared. to, learn and, improve yourself. So I was willing to stay on that call till 1 a.m. As you can even see, my baby's in the background, but all these are the challenges. You still have to do it. I was very determined to do it. So like I said, whilst I was there, I was developing my technical skill set. And as a QA, you have to have that solid technical skill set. So I had which the most amazing thing about it, beautiful thing about it, is I had mentors and buddies who who you always run back to if you're stuck. Like I said, I had no IT background. I only knew science and health and all of that. But it was a big transition, I must tell you. But I was determined to make that change, So it was really nice to have those support systems here in Blue Sky, and you will never feel alone, especially if you're new to tech and IT world. So after we concluded the 3 months internship, I got an award for the best software tester out of about 40 or so of us that was, in the internship at the time. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that I could survive these 3 months, because actually it's very intense. Having that with a new baby, it is very, very, very intense. And of course, I was proud of myself. I was proud of my team Bo, like Ayitemi said. Yes, we make the loudest noise. But yeah, I was really proud of myself. And I had the best team, like Timbo. I had the best team, and it wasn't an easy 3 months, but I survived it. The internship, like I said, was really intense. So when I finished the internship, because of my circumstances, I wasn't like in a rush to get a job. Then I had one-on-one with Mr. Deji and Lady Pat, who are both my bosses, and the guys, both of them, they really pushed me. In fact, they will push you above your limit, not even push you to the limit, but above it. And they were like, okay, they were like advising me. I told them my situation and they advised me. And then they said that even if I'm not desperately looking, that I should still apply and start getting the feel of interview and the questions they asked. And then they jokingly did say to me that if I do get the job, that I should give them, they're more than happy to give me their bank account, and then they could pay the money into the bank account if I don't need the job. So, but anyways, they did say that if I don't want the job, I can always turn the offer down, but I should, put my CV out there and start applying and start getting that interview feel. So I started taking the offer interview prep here as well, CV reviews. Oh my goodness, you get so many help and support here in Blue Sky. So I started taking the interview prep very seriously. I got them to look at my CV and then they reviewed it for me, and I started applying. And then the calls from recruiters, they started coming. My first call, I was very, very, very nervous, which is normal, by the way. But as I got more and more calls, I started becoming confident. And then they put me forward for the role, and I had a series of interviews. All the challenges that I encountered here at Blue Sky, I was able to talk about them during my interview. Like, for example, how would you deal with a difficult developer? All these challenges, they don't don't feel like, oh my God, I can't do it. These challenges are happening for a reason, and you need to write it down, because they will ask you these in the interview. I can go on and tell you so many other questions that you could potentially get as a software tester or a QA engineer, but hello, me is timing me, I'm very sure of that. But just to cut the long story short, like I said, came from a non-IT background, but this internship really gave me that foundation that I needed. And I must tell you guys, I enjoyed every part of it. I had support from day one, which is from the onboarding stage till the internship actually came to an end. I had that support system, and I still have that support system till today. I have that network. So if you get, like now, if I get stuck at work, I know who to call, to come to my rescue. So, and you're never alone. So the team on this platform, they are very, very supportive, and you won't feel alone at all. So that is my journey, and I hope that it's been very useful to you guys. Thank you, Olawumi.
Thank you so much, Chika, and thank you. You see, the way Chika is saying this story, you would think that the duration between her finishing the internship and being advised, being encouraged to put her CV, you think it's like a duration of a year or two. Few weeks. It's not a long period. All this happened within just, a couple of weeks, and, she just aced her interview, and, she was ready for the job market. So please just be open-minded and be ready to do the work. If you are ready to do the work, you will reap the fruit of it. And then I know I might not have the chance to say it again, but I want to encourage a lot of ladies that are feeling that because, oh, I'm pregnant or I have a baby, I can't do this. Trust me, we are like 1,001 people that are in that situation and we're still able to overcome. Women, we're naturally strong. Sorry, not to boo the guys, but this is just a way to encourage, ladies that you feel that, oh, I'm pregnant. I had blue sky baby though. So please be open-minded. And it was not only me, Chika, a lot of other people had their babies and they were still doing it and they were still pushing and they still got their jobs and they are, happy about their decisions. So please be open-minded. So we'll jump into the data analyst, one of my favorite roles. So Tai, up to you. Please, can you unmute Tai? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I was just going to say that I don't know that there's so many ladies in blue sky. I think I'm the first guy that is speaking tonight. And they all intimidated me. So I will just try my best. So my name is Tai. I'm a data analyst, software tester. Yes, I'm doing both jobs. Mostly I'm teaching data analyst and I will be teaching Tableau in this if it end up coming to the data analyst class. And I was going to share, okay, my screen. I wanted to talk about what a data analyst is, what we do, and all those things, types of data analyst. But I decided to do something different rather than just say what a data analyst is I rather want to show you exactly what you'll be getting. And as everybody have said, everything that you learn here is not because we are trying to make a publicity, because it's what you do here is what you are doing in the real world. So we are not teaching you something that you won't use. Exactly what you are going to do, what you will take, whether as a QA, as a business analyst, as a Scrum Master, as a DA, that's exactly how it's going to do, because I've got experience from students like, oh, what you taught us about using parameters in Tableau, I got that, and they want me to do it as part of my interview process. So I'm going to take you through, although as a DA, you're going to do different courses like Tableau, SQL, Power BI, Excel, I think, yeah. And these are very good, great courses that if you can master them, if you can know the basics, I can assure you that you will definitely get a job. I came from being a waiter. Yeah, so I went straight from being a waiter in hotel for like 7 years. I know every hotel, restaurant in London. I've worked there for being a data analyst. So, and one other thing, recruiters or employers don't really care about your certification. Maybe you have to go to school. Nobody has ever asked me. They interview me, they give me something, and I get the job, and that's how it has been. So I just want to show you what you will be doing as a DA with me, and I will show you one also that I'm not going to be taking on that course, but some very similar with that. So like, I'm going to be teaching you Tableau, and I just want you to see, for example, like maybe if you don't need to know what is Tableau, it's a visualization tool that, that you need. And this was from our last class, and we did a series of different visualization. Like we draw this map. We were doing analysis. So as a data analyst, you have to make some different analysis. So we plotted this graph from the same data. We did this, and so we just plot different visualization, and then we turn it into a dashboard. And what this dashboard is saying is, this is what you'll be doing. This is what you'll be presenting to stakeholders, to your employers. And with this, you can do so many insights. So for example, if I click on Scotland, let's say now, you will see that everything will change. You will see that, just look at the gender, for example. So these are the interesting things you will be doing. If I click on Scotland, let's say, you can see automatically it tells you that you have 72% male, so 28% female in that whatever data that you have done. And the same thing, if you click on England, you see 49 to 51, and every other thing is changing. The job classification, it means that here there's more white collar job in England than in Scotland, for example. If you choose, like, I think this is Northern Ireland, you can see that we have more female. You see from this, what we have plotted, you can see so many insights. So we're going to be playing with a lot of data. Trust me, this is just one class. There's a lot of visualization dashboard that we'll be playing around with. We'll go along with you. I'll go along with you together. There will be so many things that I'm going to be teaching you, like how to create parameters, like creating parameters, creating bins. And because these are the things that you'll be using or that you'll be hacked for. And yeah, it's quite interesting, to be honest. I didn't have this support before when I didn't know about Blue Sky, but later on, I got to know them. And the last lady that spoke, not Chika, before Chika, and ABC, I'm sure she knows me. She was there when I was doing some QA stuff. And every time I called her, even in the night, she was helping me. And even Mr. Deji, anytime I needed them. So you always get a support from everybody where you are. Doesn't matter if you're DA, BA, Scrum Master, and so on. And the other thing, again, because as a data analyst, you're not, if you want to visualize, like I've worked in some places, I was doing the SQL and the guy was doing the visualization. Sometimes you do both. You will also be learning a very cool tool called SQL. And I'm sure we all heard about it or similar to it, structured queried language. For example, let me just show you, this is one SQL. I'm not going to teach this course, it's tablet, but I just want you to see the power of SQL, like interrogating data, because sometimes it's the data that you extract from your database that you are going to put as a visualization, but then they give you the criteria. So you have like, the product owner as well, saying that, okay, can you query this, where give you some preconditions, and then you just write that query. You have a guru who is going to teach you the SQL, but just if you are just curious, what is SQL? It's okay. These are the tables, for example, in SQL. Your tutor would give you a proper introduction. This is just to show you what the power is. And I want to look at the theme table, for example. And these are the tables here. I will just write a simple, like a select statement. I can just do it straight from there, but I will select from okay. And then you can just run your query. You can see everything will come out, and then you can start to filter. They will be teaching you how to filter, how to use different aggregate functions like where clause, giving group, when you group by your data. So trust me, I'm pitching for data to be in the DA, but it doesn't matter whichever one you join in the end, you will always have the best support and the best people there. And yeah, there's a lot of things I can bring from this table. I can decide to bring only 2 columns if I want from this table. I can decide to group by, or we'll use a where clause where rental rates, for example, is all equals to 0.99. So let's say where rental rates equals, let me see. So 9, sorry. And then I'll just get my data for, sorry. You can see that all data here, I've just filtered the whole table, a large column of table, just by this simple statement. And you'll be doing table joins, trust me, it's an interesting course to do. And by the time you put all this knowledge together, Tableau, SQL, Excel, Power BI, you will be in the top of the market. So what is the salary for a data analyst? Well, it depends. I started with 29,000, and I will say it depends on the individual. You can decide to stay there or improve, gain more knowledge, and develop yourself, price some certification, and so on. And you can earn a 70 something thousand now, like after like a year plus, really. So I can say that it will take you 4 years, 3 years. No, it depends on each individual, what progress we take once we get that job and how we develop ourselves. So we are here to help for any way, any help you need. So that's me. I just wanted to show you what to expect as a data analyst and what to expect from me, from the team, and from everyone. All right. So I think that's me. If anyone has any, that's me.
Thank you so much, Taiwo. Thank you. Really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Data analysts, me, I see them as magicians. I don't know what you're talking about. All these things you're showing us now my own is just magic. So
trust me, it's so easy. By the time you do this is so it's English. This is why
yeah, I know,
the QA you have to be writing code.
Anytime I
This
join
one
your
is
class, I'm
English.
just going, it's always amazing. So thank you.
Right.
Ade, are you ready? Ade Saka, are you ready?
Okay. You have to raise your hand.
He has raised his hands. He has raised his hands.
Okay, please go for it.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm ready. Thank you for allowing me.
5 minutes, please. Thank you.
5 minutes, my journey. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I will try and stay within the 5 minutes. And thank you to everyone that came. And you can see the way the data analytics work. We keep it practical. Not a lot of classes.
Ade, you might need to speak up. We cannot hear you.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Yeah, my journey so far has been amazing. Blue Sky Citadel. Before my time before Blue Sky, I did a course as a business analyst, and that was an 18-month course sponsored by previous employer. And the reason why I'm going to shortly talk about that is when Olawumi started, she said the reason for this program is for you to actually see where your strength lies. And I think Aitemi also said something in that lines that if you're making decision this night, go back, sit back, and think about where your passions actually lies. What strength do you have? If you're doing it because of salary, if you're doing it because of there's a lot of people doing it, you might not excel at that particular discipline. So my advice tonight is to sit back, think deeply. What is it from this discipline that you can do without getting tired? Everybody have spoken about the time spent on the course, how rigorous it was, the time. Are you going to get tired? If it's something you're not passionate about, you will get tired and you will burn out. So it will take a lot of time out of you, and this is just about my experience. It was long. We stayed up to 12, 1 a.m. sometimes, and people will pull you here and there, you know, and you need that energy to be able to, like Shika said earlier, so you need that energy to go through that whole 3 months. It was fun, and why I quickly spot on that 18 months, I spent 18 months as a business analyst. I got accredited, I got the certificate. Guess what? I did not work with it because my employer thought there was a skill gap. I could do that job. Yes, I went to do, but I wasn't passionate about it. And because naturally, I'm kind of a laid-back guy, cool guy, just give me what's your problem, let me solve your problem. And I thought, okay, I'll fit in more into data analysis rather than business. And business analysis, they wear a lot of caps. They need to, like okay said earlier, they deal with a lot of stakeholder, developer, and all of those things. You need to decide, is this for you? Are you a developer? Are you a business analyst? Or are you a scrum master? Or are you a data analyst? All the skills that you needed, Mr. Tai spoke about it, the tools that you will need to get the job done. And most especially your dedication, your passion will show forth. During my time, still speaking about my journey, during my time, not knowing to me, I think probably about 2025, I was doing my thing, I was putting my passion, I was just doing it, but I got noticed. And like Shika as well, I was given the most outstanding data analyst in my set. That was the last year set, summer. So I was given that award. And I think because of the passion I put into the work, the CEO, Deji, spotted that and also promoted me to become part of the advanced class. And still speaking about my journey, so this, I need you to take this into account. When you put your effort into whatever that you're doing, the management will spot what you're doing, they will notice you. And exactly the same thing that will happen at your workplace. Promotion and how your bosses and all of those things will like you just because the way you deliver your job, the way you put your heart in your job. It starts from the little step. And there after that, you know, I was doing a lot of CVs, and I realized, okay, I need to start joining the classes for CV reviews, and my CV was you know, significantly upgraded because of the time that was given to us by Blue Sky Citadel management. They not only after just training you, they want to ensure you actually get that job. And even after that, getting that job, they still want you to be part of the network so you can come back, and if there's any problem, they won't. And you know, the funny thing is, even at the heat of it, the CEO will always ask if there's anybody that is still wanting to have a job out there and you're not getting it. It will ask you to come and join a prayer session. And you know, it is a good thing to know that you have a leadership that believe that in whole thing we should also put God first. So if you want to tap into that glory of where people put hard work and then they also trust in God, that with everything we need to trust in God to help us with everything. So for me, my journey, yes, I started as a business analyst, but I didn't do nothing. I came into Blue Sky, data analyst, 6 months, did a couple of things. I was, you know, noted. And then my first interview as a data analyst, when I finished, was okay, but they came back and said, oh, we got someone struggling there. And the second one, I wasn't even expecting it, and I got a job as a senior data analyst for a second interview. So that's been my journey. It's been very productive, you know, being on this platform. I can't ask for a better network. The people are here to you know, make sure we have a collective progress and not just individually. So think about it tonight. Where would you be most suited? And you know, just go for it. Thank you. That's me done.
Okay, so Femi, please raise your hand while I speak on Ade. So Ade, thank you very much for that. when you talk of tenacity, when you talk of zeal, when you talk of, putting all your heart to something, I think Ade is one of the people that you can say that about. He went all out for this DA stuff, and it was really nice to watch, and it was really nice to see his progress too on the platform. And like he said, I think it would be very good for me to also iterate that, Blue Sky, we don't just leave you hanging dry. We just keep, it's a continuous development. Nobody knows it all, right? So the moment you join the team, we don't just leave you afterwards. While you're here, you have buddies, you have mentors, you have tutors to help you out, to get to where you want to get to. And then even after you leave, you have questions, you have challenges, you have people that are ready to help you, people dedicated to help you. Even with time, by the time you get the grasp of, the job and everything, you too will want to come and help people without even being called. You'll be the one sticking to, oh, I think I want to help people too. So it's a very, very good platform for you to start your career. And please don't joke about, making a decision of taking something you're passionate about, or else you'll just be dibbling and not too sure of where you want to be. So please take your time, go back, think about it before you apply for a course that you want. So now we're going to round off with, we have other, courses and programs, like SAP, cybersecurity, but we'll let that be for tonight, right? We're just going for the main roles, So we'll be finishing up with ADM, that's Agile Delivery Manager, and APM, an Agile Project Manager. So another wealth of knowledge in that field, Femi Adedoyin, he's going to be taking us through it in 5 minutes, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, Femi. You want to share your screen? Okay. Thank you so much, as fast as you can.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, please, shoot.
Can you also confirm if you can see my screen, please?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, everyone. My name is Femi Adedoyin. Thank you all for having me here today. I'm a senior project manager, a delivery manager, and a program manager. And I've been in the industry for many years. I've worked with various organizations in the UK, outside the UK, and I've also been privileged to train many people, hundreds of people, many that I've never met face to face. And it's a great thing that you have come here tonight, if this is the first time that you're joining. And just as you've heard from everybody, this is a great opportunity for you to step into something new, something that can transform your life, something that can make you to become a different person. I think I have 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to utilize my 10 minutes. For Agile Delivery Manager, 5 minutes, and Project Manager, you said 5 minutes as well, isn't it, right?
Yes, please.
So when we talk of Agile Delivery Manager, we're talking of a skilled person that focuses on making things happen. And this person is responsible for ensuring that their teams have everything they need to succeed. So they are very great at managing the people that we call stakeholders, which you will learn, as somebody mentioned earlier. And they are responsible for coordinating across multiple departments or teams. Their main purpose is to remove impediments. There is a mixture of that when we talk of what government calls delivery manager and what the context of a delivery manager is in the real sense of it. So when you come to learn this role, you would see a bit of similarity with this and that of a Scrum Master, but delivery management goes beyond the role of a Scrum Master. And in delivery management, you could also become a delivery lead where you have various Scrum Masters reporting to you. A delivery manager is a boss to, or a manager to Scrum Masters, training, helping other Scrum Masters, because he manages end-to-end delivery of the product, the tools they are using, the resources, and many other things like that, the budget, and there are a couple of skills that is needed for you to be able to do this. You've got to have agile and lean practice experience. You need to have a little bit of commercial management, which are the things you will learn here. Communicating between the technical and non-technical, those are part of the things you've heard people talking about. Some people here today have said, oh, I didn't know anything about IT before I joined. So these are part of the things that you will learn here. The financial management aspect of project, life cycle perspective of project. You need to understand maintaining delivery momentum, how to carry people along, and how to make process work, things like that. So you've got to have planning. You know, you are somebody that likes to make things work. And to be honest with you, these are things that we all do in our day-to-day lives. You just don't know, because you haven't really put it in the perspective. So what you're coming to do is to learn how to utilize the skills that you already have in managing your home, in managing your life, in managing your children, and in managing other things that are happening around you. All right. So when we talk of delivery management sees into that aspect of things, where you are applying your knowledge, the skills that you've learned into project environment. All right. So now I'm going to talk of agile project management with it as well, so that the two can really be blended together for you. All right. When you look at it, there is what we call the traditional project management. There's what we call the agile project management. All right. But when we talk of the agile project management, you see the element of Kanban, you see the element of backlog, you see the element of Scrum, you see the element of some of the things that people have talked about, various frameworks, you know, extreme programming, DAD, FDD, TDD, and many others like that. But the role of an agile project manager is to lead the team, to set the goals and objectives, and ensure that successful project delivery take place. All right. They are also very responsible for managing resources, controlling budget and timelines, and providing project quality, ensuring that the QA. So a project manager manages all of this together. He manages the Scrum Master. He manages the business analyst. He manages the quality assurance person. Because if anything happens, it's got to be that the Scrum Master has somebody to run to talk to. So that's some of the difference that you will find here. All right. So what does he really do? What does he manage? And those are part of the things that you would learn here. All right. So we have some things that we call the knowledge areas. There are 10 knowledge areas for an agile project manager, a traditional project manager, a delivery manager to understand. And even Scrum Masters need to understand some of this. Now, 3 of them that are critical that these are the 3 constraints, triple constraints we call them: the time, the cost, and the scope. All right. You have the time management. You've got to manage the timeline of a project. You want to manage the costing. How much should it cost? How much will it finish? And you have to manage that within the scope of work, ensuring that the team sticks to the scope of what they have been given. But in the midst of it, there must be quality that is adhered to. So that's your role as a project manager. And I tell you, it's fun. I've been doing this for years, and I'm grateful to God that I'm in this role, because it's an excellent thing. There are many things that you get from it. The 10 knowledge areas that I spoke to you about, I just rushed through that. You know, there's what we call the integration management, the scope management, time management, cost, risk, quality, HR management, communication, procurement, and stakeholders. All of these are things that you will learn. And I'll be honest, these are things that you do every day of your life. When we talk of procurement, we all go to the market, you buy stuff, you bargain, you look for the best price, the cheapest things. When we talk of time, you know the effect of making things happen when it's supposed to happen. When we talk of the risk. There are many things we see at home. You see your children around, you say, no, don't do that. Don't go there. Why? Because you sense a risk. You sense something may happen. These are some of the things that you already know, but because you haven't truly learned to be able to put it in the right perspective, it looks like something unachievable or something bogus, but it's not, to be honest. It is not. So when you learn this, what's in it for you? When you, as you've come now, what's in it for you? When you become a delivery manager or you become an agile project manager, you automatically become a part of the management team in the organization. I'm sorry to say this, this makes you, this sets you apart from every other person. Every other person reports to you, and it gives you some flexibility to do other things. It also, well, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, yes, but you would realize that the farther you go in life, the better it becomes for you. And what you want to do is to ride on the wings of experts, so that what some people have been doing for 20 years, you want to learn to be able to do it in 3 months. That's why it's intense. And that's why you really need to put everything together to make sure you learn it. So the moment you learn this and you start applying, once you get a job, automatically you become a part of the management team. No one pushes you around. No. Not only that, you earn big money. Somebody said the other time, don't do it. Money is part of it. I know there are people that I've trained that were working maybe 6 hours per day, 7 hours, 7 pounds per day, per hour and all, and they couldn't even make ends meet. And I have students now that are earning 70,000 per annum, 80,000 per annum. I have a student that has 2 jobs, earning 650 pounds in one. In another one, she's earning 90,000 pounds. Now you can, would you compare person? They are worlds apart. And the person called me the other time to say, Femi, I want to buy my second home. I want to buy another house. Why? Because this person now has a good job and this person is enjoying what she's doing. So you earn big money. You can start to plan for a better future. You can have a good home, you can have nice car, you can have savings for the future. I mean, don't let's deceive ourselves. You see some people riding big cars or nice cars, you're wondering how are they getting the money. They are not duping anyone. They are not doing something dodgy. They just know how to get into the right things at the right time. And that's the reason this role, if you want any role that would really place you at the top there and make your life easy, you want a transformed life, then you need to learn to do this. And I'm telling you, those that are doing it, I've been doing it. I haven't got 2 heads. I only have 1 head. And there are thousands of people doing it. And I can tell you, the role of a project manager is not going anywhere. Agile project manager. The role of a delivery manager is not going anywhere, because these are things that has to do with people's management. The organizations would always need this. So I just brought this out just for you to see what the job market is saying. Just on JobServe alone, go on Google right now, go on JobServe. The Agile Delivery Manager role that you will see there is minimum 12,700 roles. That's minimum. Minimum 12,700 just for Agile Delivery Management only. Let's look at Agile Project Manager. The minimum you will find is 11,112. But people say they don't have jobs. So if you turn for, my wife many times will say, why do you just turn these people down? Sometimes people will call me, Femi, please, I've got this role. Can I? And I'll say, no, don't tempt me. I'm happy. I have what I need because I have a good job. And that's what can happen if you learn this and you become good at what you do. All right. So these are part of the things. What's the salary range? People have been talking of. If you check the salary range for an agile project manager in London today, it's between 64,995 to look at the top range there. You could see that that's about 98,000. I have people that earn 120,000. All right. I have people that earn more than that. And I have people that earn less. And they are not doing anything extraordinary. All they are doing is just applying the knowledge and the skills that I just said to you now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I leave the ball in your court to decide what you want. You've heard what everybody has said today. The role of the Scrum Master is there. Business analyst role is there. I started out as a business analyst, but I realized that naturally I'm a leader. And if you're a leader, then you have to manage people. You have to manage projects. And organizations can't do without you. Look at it. 2-3 years ago, Facebook was fined about $5 billion. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, they got fined another 1.3 billion pounds or dollars. Why? Because they breach a data something. Why? Because somebody somewhere had not thought of how to manage such project, create such project, get somebody to manage it. And that's why organizations would always create such roles. Those roles are not going anywhere. They have to create them, because if they don't create them, machines, tools can never do those things for them. And if you are not there as a project manager to manage it, then the team, what the team is meant to finish in 3 months, they will finish it in 9 months, costing the organization triple of the amount that it would have cost them. They would rather pay you. They would rather pay you £600 a day, £700 a day, than for them to lose such big money. Paying 20 people 700 or 600 per day, 20 people. If you add that together, 20 people per day, what they're supposed to finish in 3 months, perhaps that would have cost the organization like 2 million, would end up costing the organization 6 million. They want to avoid that. They don't want that. So they would always need you. They would always need me. All right? So the ball is in your court, guys. See, there is no shortcut to anywhere in the world. You've got to be willing to learn. You've got to be willing to get your hands dirty, make things work, get to learn from people on the platform. And then the entire world is at the tip of your fingers. All right? All right, thank you all. That's all from me. I don't want to take more of your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was spot on. And the only problem now I have is you are now making me want to go and do APM. Don't worry, I will not decide. No, I will not go. Thank you so much for that. So
you're welcome.
And I would like to first say thank you to all the participants for tonight, both those that gave their introduction and their journey, through Blue Sky and all. I want to say a big thank you for joining and giving us, a feel of, what we're going to get in Blue Sky. Now, in general, I think I just want to encourage everybody, like everyone has said, to, sit down and think of where your strength lies, and then, make that decision before you decide on the role you want to go for. I think it's good to, reiterate that. And then the good thing about Blue Sky, I've also said it earlier, once you are here, you are part of a community. You have people that are willing and are able to help you. You have people that are even the ones reaching out to you, and if you're ready to put in the work. Now, lastly, I would like to say, some people always think that, because I have zero knowledge in technical things, I'm not a techie person. In fact, it's one of my languages. I'll say, I'm not a techie person. I'm not a this. Please, if you come to Blue Sky, even from zero, you'll become a hero. This is not a pep talk or anything. This is reality. A lot of people that did not even know where to click. If you hear some people's story in Blue Sky, there's someone that used to say that to even go for control than a delete, he didn't know what to do. So if you hear a lot of people that have passed through Blue Sky, worked with Blue Sky, or you will hear different things. From zero, they became very expert and excellent in their field. So it's left with you to do the job. It's one thing for someone to take their time to train you and show you the way and how to go about things like this. And it's another thing for you to adapt into that and then strengthen yourself and continually learn. Even the people that are speaking with you, Femi that just finished speaking with you, I'm sure there are times he will also sit back, reread, because the world is very vocal these days. Things are changing very much. Things are volatile. So where you think that your knowledge ended is a starting point for other people. So you have to keep up. You have to keep improving yourself. And also everybody that, spoke tonight, they keep digging, they keep improving themselves, and they're all willing to, help you find your own way. So the last bit I also like to say is, some people will say, oh, I'm from a very different background. You've heard people say that they came from different backgrounds too, and they were still able to find their standing. So sometimes you might need to just tailor, the things you've learned from your previous background into your current, state, and then go from there. Because some people always think knowledge is lost or something. Like, for example, I'm coming from a finance background, entirely finance, but just first sitting tells me that things that I do, in the bank is almost the same as things I do as a Scrum Master. They are one and the same thing. Every morning I facilitate meetings. That's one of the major things a Scrum Master does. I follow through with what my team is doing. I guide my team to achieve a deliverable at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end. So it is something we do every day. I coach my team, so what am I doing in banking that I'm not doing, as a Scrum Master? And, transitioning, before I transitioned, I developed myself. I went all out. Then I also joined Blue Sky. They also showed me the way, improved me. At a time, in fact, I was in the hospital, I put to bed, and I was still joining my meetings, and the nurses were like, what's going on? As in, like, can't you breathe? Can't you breathe without your work, But I was like, anyways, they know I just put to bed today. However, I'm just listening and I'm not going to contribute. So they left me. So I'm just trying to tell you that don't feel discouraged that, oh, maybe something is occupying you. Another last thing, rather, is that this is the right time. There's something that is always common with people. They'll say, oh, I'm doing this job, I'm doing that job, and maybe I'll do it the next diet. Oh, maybe I'll do it. There's no next time. That next time you want to do it, you want to quit your job and face this. You're not going to quit your job, you'll still be working. So you just have to find time in no time to achieve this purpose you want to start. Embark on this journey, start it first. At the beginning, it might seem very rough for you and all that, but please start it. Don't procrastinate. That's what happens to a lot of people. It's the procrastination part. Thank God I remembered, because people always procrastinate and say, oh, I'll do it, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to quit your job in January now to do this. You'll still be working. You still need to keep body and soul together. So please, the right time is now. You have people that are ready to go through the journey with you. You have bodies that work with you day on day to handhold you and show you the way. You have mentors you can call on at any time, to guide you. You have people around you. You have excellent tutors that can go on and on and on to make sure you understand what you are here for. So if you have not gotten any feel, you can still reach out to admin. We'll see how we can guide you to understand how it goes. But the truth is, in Blue Sky, we are like a family. We are like a bond, all out, ready to make sure that everybody achieves what they need to achieve, job-wise, professional-wise, and all that. We'll teach you professionalism, we'll teach you etiquette, we'll teach you how to handle things. We'll give you, a lot of people cannot do presentations. Some people, you just called on the spot and you're not able to deliver because you're either shy or you're not sure. Blue Sky, we are here to make sure you shake that off. In fact, by the time you present in one demo, present in the second one, by the time you're getting to the third, fourth demo, you already be a chief chairman. And I'll be looking at, see these people just a couple of weeks ago that were, and they are all up in the, so we are here to shape you in all way round as a professional. We make sure we look through your CVs to be sure that, you have the right interpretation of your skills in your CV. We guide you to make sure that, so we are there fully. That's Blue Sky for you. Blue Sky is there fully to show you your path professionally. It's left for you to embrace the journey and work hard towards the journey. You can't come here and be a silo or, you're not participating, you're not doing anything. No, nobody is going to put the things in your head. You have to do the work. You come here, you do the work, you feel the intensity and, so much more. That's from me tonight. I think I'll just hand over to Deji to give us a wrap up before we call it a night. We have just a minute. So Deji, I'm just giving you within less than 5 minutes for us to call this a night. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We appreciate your time tonight, and we're looking forward to, you joining us in Blue Sky. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't have much to say. I think a lot has been said. Quickly, I just want to address some of the questions that were asked in the personal chat, which I've responded to some of you guys as well. So for those guys that are asking, how can I register? So you just need to go to courses.prepme.com. Then when you go down, you can actually see the courses. You have two levels, actually. There, one for if you are not a student, or if you are a student, there's a rebate for students. So if you are not a student, you pay 600. If you are a student, you pay 450. So you can click on any of the courses that you want for whether student or not student. If you are a student, then if you register, the admin will have to send message to you later. You have to prove that you're a student using your ID card or any other means that is allowed. Anyway, so yeah, you can register, apply to any of those. So you go in there. So, and another person actually asks, can I pay instrumental? So if you want to pay by installment, I've just click one right now. So you just need to click on get course. Once you click on that, that redirects you to your cart page. Then you click on proceed to check out. So everyone will go through this particular space anyway. So once you put your detail in, and then if you are paying by credit card, you use this particular checkbox. If you are paying by PayPal, you use this particular checkbox. If you are also paying in 3 installments, so you click pay in 3 installments by Klarna. So that is the only way that I can do it. I know if you are already registered to pay installment on PayPal, you can also use that as well with PayPal. So that's what you need to do. So yeah. And also, yeah, so if you are a returning student, actually, so you've done our courses before, you can use the student one as well. It's for you got discount as well, so that's fine. So yeah, so and also if you are also in the UK, you are under 25, the course is free for you, but there will be a form for you to fill. So this is for any UK citizen that's under 25. So, and you want to do this course, is totally free for you, but you have to fill a form, and also we need to have your motivation as well. You have to write a personal statement, and that form will be sent out at the weekend anyway, so that you can fill the form. Yeah. So I think that's that. I will give a few minutes for anyone that's got any questions. So quickly, that has not been answered. If you can unmute and ask, or if you want to write your question down, yeah. Okay, someone is asking how many days a week is it training, what day and time? So one thing that we normally say is like this particular course, you need to allocate like 3 to 4 days for this particular, no, 3 to 4 hours in a day actually for this particular course. Normally we'll have 3 to 4 days training, and you also need to kind of do the work with practical, right? You, like Femi said, you are going to be contesting or applying with people that have got a lot of experience on this particular role. So you need to also put in the work as well. So I would say 3 to 4 hours every day, right? The training is always in the evening around 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, depending on the time. That's when we do the training. So yeah, so I would say for the next 3 months, you just kind of leave your evening for the program. So it's going to be work actually. So there'll be ceremonies that you have to do. Yeah, if it's not like normal ceremony, agile ceremonies, you'll be putting a project and you have to be working. So let me just like, you are going to be working for the next 3 months. When exactly does it start? It's starting from the 11th of June, 11th of June, that's when it starts. So yeah, if you want to make payment, so I think you need to do that before then. So another thing also, someone also asks is, yeah, in time of payment, when is the latest time that you can make payments? Yeah, or when is the deadline? So I want to say that I would say 11th of June, but one thing that we know is like most of our courses actually go before the time. So we have slots, we have spaces. Once the space is filled up, even if before that particular time, we will just close the course anyway, because we are limited in resources. So I would say if you're interested, please do apply as early as possible so that you don't get disappointed anyway. So, and what of module SAP, when are we going to be teaching that? Okay, so the SAP will not be happening in June, so we've kind of moved it a bit in July, so that we'll first address this particular course that we're doing right now. So, but SAP will still be happening, but not with this particular cohort. Yeah. So, how do we register for advance? Okay, and for advance, we are going to talk about that one later. So, for those guys that are already in the internship, I will let you know how you can register for advance. What exactly does the internship? Okay, when does it start? I've mentioned that I haven't received that information anyway yet. Okay, so I think I've just answered that right now. How can you get a job? I think it's been answered as well. So this particular program is practical. So we are going to help you with your CV, give you feedback on your CV. Then after that, also do some interview preps as well with you. And then after that, you start to apply. But yeah, so when you go to apply for jobs or when you're doing the interview, what they will be asking you is, what have you done, right? They will not be asking you which training did you do, right? So that's why a platform like this is very, very good, actually, because it's practical, it's not theory. So it will put you in a project, you will be able to kind of work within people in the project. Yeah. Do I need a specific device for the content, or any laptop will suffice? Okay, that's a good question. So I think most of, if like for instance, if you are doing BA QA and Scrum Master, I think any laptop should be okay for you. But if you are doing manual testing, yeah, any laptop should be fine as well. But if you are going to be doing automation testing, you will advise you on the laptop that you need to have, because you are going to be running Java anyway. So I think you should have a good laptop. But I would say any laptop with 8 gig would do, right? If you have a laptop with 8 gig, maybe 2 core or 4 core, should be fine anyway. Yeah. Okay. When is the next meeting? So yeah, I would say, yeah, we are starting on the 11th, actually. So for those guys, I know a lot of people have already registered. Okay, so yeah, if you're asking what is the next thing, so what is going to happen is like by the weekend, you'll be added into a project as well. So, and you would, yeah, a link will be sent to you. Please join that link, then you would be added into that particular group, then the program will start anyway. Yeah, so we'll provide insights on specification of the laptop that you need to buy anyway. Okay, all right. Is manual and automation done together? Yeah, the answer is yeah, manual and automation is done together. So we first do manual, and then we'll move into automation. So, but of course, the manual will still continue while we are also focusing on automation. Yeah, both of them are together. Actually, you don't need to pay separately anyway. So once you pay for software testing, you have both manual and automation. Okay, I think that is it, unless anyone has got any other question or you want to unmute before we go quickly.
Please, hands are up.
Okay, all right. Yeah, please go ahead. Oh, okay, all right. So let me ask you to unmute. Okay.
Oh, hello, evening. My name is Kunle Oh yeah. So like the question I intended asking has been answered, which is when is the next meeting and what is the next point of action for we that we've paid and yeah, but
Okay.
I think you said before the 11th would have a meeting or probably will be added into into
Yeah,
a project.
yeah, you'll be added into a Telegram group, and from there you get the information or what you need to do next year. So that's
Is the only platform you guys communicate Telegram, or is there any other one?
Okay, we use Telegram for entry, right? And also you could use WhatsApp. Instagram. No, we don't use WhatsApp because of the the technical no security issue with WhatsApp. So we use Telegram, we use Instagram, and also Facebook. Yeah, that is before you enter the program. Once you enter the program, we'll use what is normally used at work, which is Teams actually. So that is what you are going to be using to communicate with your team. Yeah, it's going to be Teams. Yeah. So we'll create a team channel. Yeah, but before you enter, because we know some people don't know how to use Teams, so we'll use like for this program right now, you are having on Zoom. Some other meetings you have it on Zoom on Teams as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. So I think that is it. So yeah. So if you have any other questions, so you can send a message on Telegram or also on Facebook as well. Can payment be made with Naira MasterCard? I think the answer is yes. You could do that as well. Yeah, in Naira. Okay. Yeah, I think it is Stripe. They accept Naira card as well. So if you can give that a try. Is Agile Project Management starting at the same time? The answer is yes, it's starting at the same time as well. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, everyone. So
Elias has his hands up. That's the last person.
Okay, Elias. Okay.
Hi, Digi. My name is Elias and I'm calling from Australia. I did call someone from Blue Sky today, but I don't know who.
That was me.
Okay. Because of time difference and time zone, I will actually know what days of the week we'll be having our classes. And actually, when I called you today, I actually called you for a BA course, but based on what I've listened to and where I think my skills and knowledge lies, I would rather want to do the Agile PM course. So what days of the week is the Agile PM course?
Okay, so like I said, this is practical, is work, all right? So I won't be able to say, okay, it's Monday or Tuesday, right? So you might have work to do like every week, right? Every day of the week, right? But more often it's going to be later in the evening, right? Because you have your team. If you are in Agile Project Management, you have your team, even though the training might be maybe thrice in a week, actually, but you still have work to do with your team within the week as well. So that's one. But also to mention, we have a lot of people also from Australia, Canada, and the US as well. I know the time difference is not that palatable as well. We are looking into how we can actually address that anyway. But we have some people, I think I was talking to someone, maybe it's good to open another platform for you guys over there as well, because it's been popular. We have a lot of people from the US as well anyway. But what it is what it is right now. So yeah, unfortunately, you just have to abide with the UK time zone anyway.
No, I don't mind. I'm willing to put in the effort because of what I'm after. I don't mind the time zone for now. Yeah, I just want to have more details about how to schedule the work that I'm doing now and the training itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Thank you so much for that. So quickly, someone is asking, are we providing laptops? Unfortunately, no. So we are not providing laptop. We can give you specification that you can buy actually. So yeah, we are not providing laptop anyways, but that's a good question. So, okay. I think that is it, to be honest. I know it's one of the questions that I answer is like, how will I select the course for myself. To be honest, I will ask you to search inward. I know sometimes it might be difficult now because you have a lot of courses. One thing that I can tell you is like when the course starts, you have like 2 weeks actually where you can switch between one course or the other. So even if you go for one and you decide to change, you can see change as well too. But after that, we'll lock it anyway. So you're unable to change because there will be projects that you'll be assigned to. So that's one thing we can say. So, but make up your mind as early as possible is good. So we have a wealth of resources on YouTube. Actually, if you go to Blue Sky YouTube channel, you see a lot of resources in there that you can actually go through, and also do a research on the course that you want to go for. Like if you want to go for Scrum Master, who's a Scrum Master? If you want to go for BA, yeah. I know some of you guys also might have been recommended by people as well. So speak to the person and say, okay, what is it? One thing, there's no course that you go for that is not great actually. And look at your motivation as well. And some of you guys, like we mentioned different skills or what you are actually. If you're a people person, maybe Scrum Master is it. If you're a technical person or analytical person, maybe data analyst or QA might be for you. If you love writing, like Bolu said, or maybe, yeah, BA might be for you. One thing I can say, I normally advise people also look into your background as well, right? If you're already kind of in a managerial level, maybe, yes, Scrum Master or project management might do well for you. Or if you are like an accountant, a lawyer, maybe, yeah, maybe BA might be the best thing for you as well, to be honest. Or if you are from technical background, you did science in school or something like that, or you are you are always about techie things, yeah, maybe QAs, or you just love to break things anyway. Most of these courses, or nearly all of them, everyone can do it. So you can survive in all these courses without any IT knowledge. But look inward, who are you? And then you can make a choice to say, okay, this is what I enjoy doing, right? If you don't enjoy managing people or relating with people, then yeah, PM or Scrum Master is not for you. But if that is what you like, a people person you want to lead, it's good for you as well. So if you love to crunch data, you are numerical, yeah, DA is for you anyway. So that's one, but you can give it a try. And one thing is that we have on Blue Sky that I want to say is that we don't lock these courses actually. Once you are in one, you can spy on others, because in your team, you have BA, you have QA, you have Scrum, you have all of them. You can see what they are doing. They will come to the training, they share their demos as well. So you can learn from them as well. So I've seen some people, they do BA, eventually they get a role as a project manager or Scrum Master, because in their team, they ought to kind of listen to what other people are doing as well. So that's what I want to say. Thank you so much. I know our time is spent. Apologies for overshoot. Hopefully it's been really, really useful for you guys as well. So thank you so much. Yeah, and hope I will see you guys in the program. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.